Welcome to the Stories of Starting podcast. I'm Heather Boyd. As a self-employed artist for the last 30 years, I'm fascinated with people's passions and creative projects. In this series, we discover how people like you have started new projects by thinking outside the box, going with the flow, and tapping into their childhood imagination.
Here we are, so excited.
Yes, awesome. So today we're here with my friend Evelyne of CultureEatz. So Evelyne, I'm going to get you to introduce yourself and tell us just a wee bit about what you do.
Sure, do several things. Well, as far as CultureEatz, I have a blog that I've been writing. It's going to be 13 years in the summer. It's based on recipes and food from around the world. And I also, 3 years, started delving into travel videos on YouTube. So I also do a little bit of travel content on the blog.
That's
so having
cool.
an awesome time traveling to do content.
Oh yeah, nice excuse to travel,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
That's amazing. So Evelyne, I always like to start the podcast with telling people how we met and a little bit about how that rolled. So we met a few years ago at a Montreal sort of networking event called F Up Montreal. Yeah. I'll link it up in the description so you guys can figure out what it is. But basically it was an event where people go and tell about their fails.
Yeah, that one was a failure.
Yeah, how
to
they
learn
evolved.
from failure.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we met Courtney, who's a YouTuber. She was speaking there, and we met you there. So that was really cool.
Yes.
We connected, and I think then after that we met at a few Creator HQ events. And you were volunteering there for a while, and I've been volunteering there. And so I sort of saw a little bit about the evolution of your channel, and you told me about your travel blog and all that sort of thing. And so that was really cool. And then we actually got around to doing a collaboration.
We did, which is so much fun.
That's it, because often we talk about collaborating at these events, and then sometimes we don't get around to it, right?
Yeah.
And
we have two very different niche, so it was fun crossing them together.
Exactly, trying to figure out a way to, make it work. And so the irony is I didn't even realize that you actually used to do wire jewelry.
Well, it wasn't even wire. I was actually studying to do like the jewelry professionally.
Oh, cool.
Like everything, like soldering and cutting and everything.
Oh, that is so interesting, because I'd kind of forgotten about that. But the collaboration that we did was I did a DIY project where we wrapped the ends of chopsticks with wire and beads.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
That's it. And then you did, what was it that we did on
we
your
did
channel?
a vegan mapo tofu recipe, which was really good.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
really
tasty.
Good.
Yeah,
and of course we ate it with the chopsticks that you made,
so
that I still have.
That's it. So that's like thinking outside the box, right?
Definitely.
Which is super cool. And then flash forward just to recently, you actually joined my wire art and jewelry making club.
I did, yes.
And pulled out your jewelry making skills. Show them what you made.
Yeah, well, jewelry making skills. I only have like 18 gauge at home.
Yeah.
So I bought cheap aluminum wire.
Awesome. I'll pop up some photos.
Yeah, because that's probably, because I cute ones with my cat. I got the cat with my cat.
Oh my god, that was a cute photo.
So this is just pretend to do wire art for the moment until maybe I'll get more like actual tools.
Well, you never know what you could do, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that was super fun. So we definitely have a lot in common in certain departments.
We're both creative souls.
Yes, absolutely. And I would love to travel more, but I travel, when I go to conferences and different things like that.
Well, you can travel vicarisly through my videos.
Exactly. So why don't we start with that? Let's just start. If you could tell us a little bit about your travels and that sort of thing.
Oh, I've traveled my whole life, even with my parents when I was a kid. We went, not huge, we went to Florida in the winter and to family in Rhode Island twice a year, so I caught the bug early. But my first solo travel was actually, my family is in Austria. My dad's family is in Austria.
Okay, cool.
And when I was about 10 or 11, they asked me if I wanted to go and stay with my uncle for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So they gave me the time to choose, and I said yes.
Wow.
And so the traveling part I did. I was an unaccompanied minor.
Wow, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, and I remember I was like 11, and I was changing planes in Zurich, and they were supposed to watch me, and they said you can just walk a bit around, and I went really far, and I went to have a sandwich made.
Oh, geez.
They were looking for me freaking out. And I'm like, what? I'm just getting a sandwich.
That's it, eh?
So that was the first big taste. And then I did
wow.
backpacking in Europe
Nice.
a while ago, and then lots of solo trips.
Nice.
But the first YouTube trip that I did was going to China.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
You have some great content on that.
Yeah. But I only started doing it because I was looking at Chinese or expats living in China videos, and I found a girl who lives in Beijing.
Okay.
Who's Danish, and then
Yeah.
I just said, why don't I start doing a YouTube channel?
That's so cool.
Channel, since I'm going to China. That's a cool way to start.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so now you have over 1,000 subscribers.
I do.
That's good. That's a start. But you're a busy lady, so it's hard
Yes.
to work on all your projects at once, for
Yeah.
sure. And actually, the one video I remember that I saw on your channel that I was super impressed was that one where you made that clear jelly stuff.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about
the raindrop
that.
cake.
Raindrop cake.
Raindrop cake. I can't even remember what the sides were, but yeah,
Okay.
it was a phase. It's a Japanese dessert.
Oh, it's a Japanese dessert, yes.
Yeah, they're really into funky weird desserts.
Yeah.
So this was it was just water, sugar, and gelatin, but
Yeah.
you got to get it at a consistency where it shakes.
Yeah.
And that you try to get it clear looking.
Yes.
But it can't fall apart, which is what usually happens. It's too hard or too soft.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, it sort of looks like little silicone
And it had a
boobs or
little
something.
yes.
Yeah.
Totally did like silicone boobs. And there was a sauce you made to go with it that had an Asian twist, and I think powdered nuts or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. So I went on your channel and checked out your most popular video, and I was thinking, oh, it's probably like a food, recipe or whatever. But no, it's a review of a sex toy.
It's Epicurean.
Well, there you go.
Senses. Yes.
Perfect. So tell us a little. Didn't you have a business at one point?
I did.
Yeah.
I used to have an online sex toy company, and I used to do my own house, like Tupperware parties.
Oh,
It was like really my own company. I created everything from scratch.
Oh, wow. That's
But
so cool.
I didn't do that for very long. It takes a lot of energy.
Well, yeah.
Plus working on top of that. But yeah, so I had an online, and I also had a side because I had experience with so many of the current sex toys that I started reviewing them.
Yes.
So I used to review them a lot online. And then
before YouTube.
Yeah, this was like
okay.
2007, 2008.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then totally stopped that completely. And then I got an email from the company Lilo, which is our super high-end sex toy company in France.
Okay.
They're really expensive, and they were like one of the first to have the really modern, expensive, beautiful toys.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got in touch with me, but I got an email saying, well, we have a new toy and we're desperately looking for somebody to promote it in Quebec or Canada. Nobody will. And I'm like, well, the toy's $200. I can do a video. Why not?
Why not? There you go. So is that the one that got all the views on YouTube? That's hilarious.
I did 3 later. I got sponsored by one company to do 3 more. So yes, there are 4 sex toy reviews videos.
Well, and the thing with YouTube, it's all about niche, And so for sure, if you decided to go full on with that, I'm sure it would explode. But it's just a matter of really like discovering your passion, your true passion, and which seems to be more like the food and the travel type of thing.
Travel is really YouTube.
Yeah.
The blog is more food and travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. And so, so you have the food blog, and I was going to just ask you quickly, for people in Montreal, do you have any favorite foodie places in Montreal?
That's like the hardest question because I'm not as much up to date on new restaurants because I cook on my blog.
Yes.
And they change a lot. So usually it's the last thing I ate that I really like.
Oh, okay. Which was?
I can't remember right now.
Okay. I think you did a couple of restaurant reviews, on the
I did a couple when
well?
I get media invitations sometimes, so it's a free, expensive meal.
Yeah.
So I'll do video, but I like small. Yes, actually I do.
Okay.
I ended up with a friend at a place called Frida's Restaurant. Ooh. It's on Atwater.
Oh, I know the place.
Between Saint Antoine and Saint Jacques, and it's very small. It's the one woman owner that runs it.
Oh,
I speak Spanish, so we spoke Spanish the whole time I was there.
Amazing.
Very nice. Chill, not a lot of people, quiet. It was good food. Simple menu, but really good food.
Oh, well, I'm going to try it because I've passed by there a lot. The BAM Gallery is right beside there now. So, I'll definitely check that one out.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Wow.
And not expensive.
Well, that's always a good thing.
And have the Mexican coffee.
Okay, going to do it.
Yeah.
At least for the coffee. And so yeah, you've done tons of recipes on your blog. So do you have a couple of favorites that you, and I'll link up the post.
Well, I do like the vegan
one, yes.
mapo tofu.
Yeah.
I did an old series. It's old, but I really enjoyed doing it because I don't want to talk too long. But anyways, I got into was told that if you don't like a food, you can try to eat it 8 to 10 times to see if you really hate it or not.
Oh, that's intense.
So I did a 10-week experiment with liver.
Oh.
Where I cooked every week one dish with liver.
And?
So I can tolerate some more. I know what I hate. I know what I don't mind. I know how to cook it properly for myself. Yeah.
That's intense. Wow. Bit of a glutton for punishment. But
but some
a good
of my
challenge.
Favorites, though, is I did one recently, which is more travel than food, but it was how to find really cheap tickets on Skyscanner.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a really good blog post.
Okay, I've actually heard about that service before.
And I did also a video and a blog post on how to travel for 1 month in a bag that fits in all the European carriers when you're plus size.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Actually, it's ironic because I was going into the metro the other day and I saw this girl with this humongous backpack. And I remember, like, when I was in my 20s traveling around Europe with a big backpack and thinking, God, now I couldn't even carry that. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, and you could tell they're struggling. Like, and I think there's a lot of videos online now about minimalism and like how to pack a minimalist bag.
Well, those old backpacks like you travel with are too big for carry-on. They wouldn't even be allowed on the plane.
It's true.
Yeah. So that's why you gotta go small.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great idea because when you travel, you just want to be inspired and feel light but especially now with people blogging everything and vlogging and just the technology that you have to put in your bag can be really heavy as well.
It's kind of funny that I had bought a brand new bag for my 1 month trip to Europe, and it's called the Weekender.
Oh, that's cool.
And I used it for 1 month.
The Weekender for a month. I love it. That's awesome.
Let's see, other recipes. I run a group where we do one country a month together.
Okay,
it's called Eat the World. So if you're a food blogger, come and join. Check out the website.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of fun. So, I mean, I've always done recipes from around the world, but this is a way to organize myself to actually do all the countries.
Oh, wow. So tell me how that group works.
So once a month, the group is on Facebook. So you have to be a food blogger to join. It's a closed group.
Yeah.
And I pick, either I ask people what they want to do, or I pick a country, and I just name the country. You can do whatever you want from it.
Right.
And we all post on the 10th of the month at 10 a.m.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But only for food bloggers.
Only for food bloggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you considered maybe starting up another group, like expanding it a little bit for amateurs that would like to
I think if I did,
like
I would do it separately.
Yes.
I do get a lot of people trying to join. They're not food bloggers.
Imagine.
But the whole point of that one is to all share each other's work and promote each other.
So it's a marketing thing as well.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, I know certainly the group that I have, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, there's a huge, it's sort of expanded super quickly because Facebook will suggest these groups to other people with those interests. And I find it's just a wonderful way because a lot of people who, want to share their work with the world, but they're either intimidated or they don't know how, or they don't have the confidence. And this is a great way that other people can express themselves. So certainly for something like that, I can imagine something like that would be super popular.
That would be good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's an idea. Think about it.
Well, there's only so many hours in the day, right? So Evelyne, when I first met you, you were working full time.
I was.
And often expressing a desire to leave the work world and do your own entrepreneurial things. So tell us what's going on with that these days.
Well, that job helped me to do that by laying me off.
There you go. Yes.
So it was a bit of a shock, and it wasn't, but after I said it feels like you're in a relationship for a really long time and you're waiting for the other person to break up with you.
Interesting.
So finally the company broke up with me.
Good analogy. Yeah. Nice.
So I had been thinking of doing my own company or being a solopreneur for a long time, but I'm single income. rent is expensive and everything, so I was afraid to plunge into it, but I said this is the opportunity. It's being handed to me.
Exactly.
So I've been working on that.
That's amazing. You hear about that happening a lot, especially with a lot of successful entrepreneurs. They hit a crisis point. Often it's losing their job or having a breakdown or what have you, and then that's the impetus to do their own thing, which is amazing.
I'm in the process. I'm not making full enough income. I have savings, so I'm okay for now. But I'm working on having a more reasonable income. And now I'm like, why did I not do it earlier? Really, I've wasted years.
Well, it's hindsight, right? There's not much you can do about that.
So do it. Do it right away.
Do it. And if you don't do it right away, I will say, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty about it, because there's always things that we do in our 9 to 5 that may help us towards the entrepreneurial journey.
Definitely. It touched with the experience that I'm doing now in my own job, for sure.
That's it. Yeah, because I know I took, I don't know if you know Gabby Bernstein. She's a motivational speaker. So she has a course, an online course, and a live course called the Spirit Junkie Masterclass.
Okay.
And something she emphasizes, because a lot of people that go to her workshops are in 9 to 5 jobs and they're not ready to let them go. And she says, well, bring all these concepts that you're learning in this course to ultimately become an entrepreneur, but bring all these concepts of sharing and inspiring to your workplace. Start there and then touch people, and then learn, how you want to, what you want to express, really. It's the learning curve. And then when you're ready, you'll know when the time is right.
So far, everybody I'm working with is by word of mouth, all local. I haven't had the need or I need to now, but I need to go reach out there. But I've accumulated all of these experiences. There's a lot of experiences from my old job that are dissimilar to having a YouTube channel or having a blog. And I never saw myself as like a professional that would be able to sell it as a service. And everybody says, are you kidding? You have like 13 years experience.
Well, exactly. Things we take for granted about ourselves that other people, really could use the service.
And then there's, well, I don't know if you want to bring up the class or not.
Please.
Okay. So one of my gigs is I got a contract for a professional adult school. Called O'Sullivan College, that's in Quebec City. And I'm not accredited, I'm not a teacher or anything, but they have, for adult classes, you apparently don't always have to if they're not an accredited class, I believe. And they have a program that's subsidized by the Ministry of Education of Quebec. And so they were looking for somebody to teach search engine optimization to be better indexed and show up higher in the Google searches. And I ended up getting it.
Wow.
So I've never taught an SEO class. I never taught a class. This is 24 hours. That's really long for SEO in depth.
Definitely.
So I'm learning a lot doing it. I've gained a lot of confidence and now I can see how I can use that experience and apply it in other places. Definitely. Like that's a very demanding experience, but really such an incredible experience.
That's amazing. And I think that's it. When we're sort of like forced to do something, to create something, then you just find ways to do it. You just figure it out. And also the whole concept of repurposing content, like you were saying, you will definitely be able to use this as an online course.
I'm hoping to give the class again at this place, but I was told to build the class from scratch and I have no experience in that whatsoever. But I've always felt like a teacher, somebody that likes to share information.
Well, that's it. And I always feel that when we teach, we learn. And that's the process, right? So, and I'm sure you learned a lot about search engine with your own blog. As well, and YouTube, and definitely.
So that's it. The first time around, you building your class, that's insane work. I now have so much respect for teachers.
Definitely.
Wow.
But
the next time my class is already built, I just have to do little updates where I can, maybe I'm going to turn it into a series that I can put on Skillshare or Udemy, which are classes that you can pay a small amount of money to have access monthly, and I could give those classes on there too. I could do other classes. I'm giving it in French, I could create it in English or somewhere else.
Oh, that's amazing.
So just that experience can open up a lot of doors.
Wow. And are you also doing sort of one-on-one consultations with people for their own social media or search engine?
Yes. Yeah. Well, not so much the search engine.
No?
I do a lot of, not yet, but I would like to do that.
Okay.
I'm very good at, somebody just hires somebody to go on the website to see if it's user-friendly, if there's things that don't work.
Yes.
I'm very good at that.
Interesting.
So I'd like to offer that as a service.
Okay, yeah. Almost like, I know on Etsy they have these things called shop critiques. So basically you go on the shop and you look at everything and see, how, if it all makes sense and all that type of thing. So I might be hiring you for some search engine
I'm available.
and things for my website, because mine is very basic and it basically leads to my shop, but I know there's a lot of potential there, definitely.
And I do social media as well, a little bit of marketing. I'm learning a lot along.
Yes.
And everybody I'm working with knows I'm learning along the way, and everybody's fine with it, and everybody's very happy so far.
That's
so
awesome.
It's great to have that opportunity. I'm
fantastic.
very involved with a friend who has an online gourmet cookie shop called thefinercookie.com. They are the best cookies ever.
Yum.
And she's starting to take off, so I started helping her out at Christmas in her shop, like packing station. So it felt kind of silly to do 20 years of corporate and now packing stuff, but it's actually amazing. It's great to move.
Well, true.
Now I'm doing her social media with someone else as well. She's getting me involved in like brainstorming for business ideas. So who knows where that could go.
That's amazing. And I can totally relate with having the small business and needing to get help. And that's sort of an ongoing theme that I've been it's been hitting me in the face for the last few months is building a team.
Yes.
And I think it's something for entrepreneurs it's a very big step to take and very difficult.
Because you have to start to delegate.
Yeah.
And that can be really difficult if it's your baby.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this girl that you're helping with her cookie company is in that same place. She's probably done everything herself, right? Up till now?
Yes.
And so now.
And she is very passionate and sees everything has to be perfect.
Yeah. So would you have any tips for entrepreneurs that are solopreneurs that really need to reach out and get a team going or delegate tasks? Do you have any sort of tips and advice for that?
Well, if you're in an environment, let's say where I am, where I already know a bunch of influencers, I know bloggers in the same niche, if you're in that environment and you know people that already do it, that's a great place to start.
Okay.
Also,
you trust them.
And only take a job with somebody you feel comfortable working with.
Right, yeah.
Because it was tricky with her because we're friends.
Yeah.
And there was a moment of, but we talked it out and it was fine. So only work with people you're really comfortable and that are really open to communication.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's so cool.
And there's a lot online. Like right now I'm looking into more like actual virtual assistants. I don't like the label.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of...
I want to be more high-end than that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of places. There's a lot of private Facebook groups that have job postings. Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's true, because there's Fiverr, but it's hit and miss with Fiverr. And I know everything isn't just $5 anymore, but still, even if you hire someone at a higher rate, it's no guarantee that the service is, guaranteed or
no, great, I've done little jobs with Fiverr out of fun, and I was always very disappointed.
No, I got a couple of logos done, and it's just like, this is so generic.
Yeah, it's like they already picked it out from somewhere.
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly. Wow. And so let's backtrack even more and tell me a little bit about when you were younger. Like, is there anything that would have foreshadowed, other than traveling with your parents? Are there other things, hobbies or things that would foreshadow what you're doing now?
Well, I always had a creative side, but the food and the restaurant part. Yeah. Now I'm like, I know my mom always said often when we went to fancier restaurants, I was 3 and my main meal would be escargot à l'ail.
Oh wow.
And apparently the waiters every time asked her, "Are you sure?" Yeah. And she's like, "She will devour it. Don't worry."
That's hilarious. So you're really a gourmand.
That's my parents' fault.
Interesting.
And I don't remember this.
Yeah.
But apparently I used to go around from table to table asking if people were satisfied with their food and their service.
That's hilarious.
Apparently, I've asked to go in kitchens, and my parents let the chef take me into kitchens, but I don't remember.
That's hilarious, but it makes total sense.
It does,
Yeah.
it does. So there's a bunch of little stories that are very food oriented.
I
started, the first time I baked
Yeah.
was maybe 7 or 8 when I started to learn to read.
Okay, interesting.
And, you wake up super early Saturday morning compared to your parents, but I was independent and just did my own thing, did my own breakfast. But one day I just grabbed a cookbook and I said, I don't know if I can't remember, it was cookies or muffins.
Yeah.
I just did the recipe.
Oh, that's
and my mom
funny.
apparently freaked out that I had used the oven.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, well, it says 350. The button says 350. It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
That's
not that complicated.
Not burning the house down.
I didn't say that, but I thought that at like 7.
Oh, that's
so apparently
wild.
the next weekend she got up and watched me.
Okay.
And then after that she
You were
just let me
fine.
do what I want.
That is so wild. So the cooking and the food is really something.
And I started having friends over for 3 or course meals when I was 14.
Oh, that's so fun.
So yeah, it's all there.
I love that. So is this all written on your blog?
In the about page.
Section, I was gonna
the
say.
start here section. Yeah. It's not as in detail, but I have that all written down.
That's so interesting because I was listening to a one of these sort of Etsy website tips videos last night, and they were talking about the importance of a website, and apparently research shows that the most top visited page on a website is the about section.
Yes.
And how to really make it very engaging and very telling about who you are and what you do.
That's the page where you have to connect with people on a personal level.
Yeah,
and which can be really tough.
Well, that's it. And so when you started doing YouTube, had you done a lot of video before?
No, I had the occasional, I think it was 10 years old when miracle berries started being talked about. I don't know if you know what they are.
No.
I just did it recently again, so that was interesting.
Okay.
But it's a tree in Africa somewhere, and the berries, if you chew it for about 30 seconds on your tongue and coat your whole tongue, it removes anything that's sour from the taste.
Oh,
in the last 20 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So they started selling sour berry or miracle berry.
Oh.
So I had a party where we had lemon, oranges, tomatoes, strawberries, salt and vinegar, Guinness. I think we maybe drank some vinegar straight up.
Oh, wow.
Everything tastes sweet.
It. Oh, that's
so that was one of the first videos.
Oh my gosh.
Then I had met some food bloggers, and one of them was studying to become a physicist.
Okay.
And so we illegally, on the grounds of McGill College, he took some nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, and we made ice cream illegally on the property outside. So that's one of the first videos. So little things like that.
That's so funny. It reminds me, do you know YouTuber Amelia Fart?
And the name rings a bell.
Okay, so she's from Montreal, and she's actually really super cool. We met up with her one time, and we're in one of her videos, which was really fun. But her new thing is she makes a recipe, but in a clandestine place.
Oh, really?
Right?
I love that.
Oh, I'm gonna hook you up with her videos.
Yes.
So one of her more recent ones is she went on the big wheel, the big Ferris wheel in Montreal, and she made pasta salad or something. And then she did one. I think her first one was she was in her parents' building, and she made some kind of saute or some kind of cooked something in the gym, in the workout room in her parents' place. Anyways, these videos are hilarious.
That's awesome.
But you'll definitely have to remind me of that.
Well, the wheel, I've done it twice.
Okay.
So it takes 20 minutes. You do 3 rounds.
Well, that's it.
So you could.
You could totally make a recipe. And then she comes off the Ferris wheel with this big bowl full of pasta salad or something.
She should hand it out to the employees.
I know, exactly. But it's so funny.
That's clever.
I guess she's used to it. And actually, before she was doing the recipe, she did one where she dyed her hair in a dollar store or something.
Not with Kool-Aid.
Very bizarre, yeah. No, I think it was hair dyed. But, it was so funny, yeah. So,
not that I should speak, because this is pretty new, but it's going to wash out. Thank you.
I like it. So, Evelyne, so is there anything you'd like to share with the viewers or ask the viewers?
Well, come and visit my blog
Yes.
and my YouTube channel. Subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Yes.
And if you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, or a small company that's looking for assistance, I know people find prices, hourly rates of virtual assistants expensive, but you don't have, there's so many things that you pay for a full-time employee that you don't have to. It's actually cheaper down the way. Yeah. So if you're looking for assistance in some management and some marketing, social media, brainstorming with you, I would love to hear from you. I'm open to looking for new clients.
Yes.
And if you are a tourism board or a travel company and you want to send me away for free to get YouTube videos out of it, definitely get in touch with me.
Definitely. That's amazing.
Yeah. And check out all my social medias, of course, but like Twitter is my, Instagram is my favorite. So
perfect.
Hopefully we'll get the link.
And there, most of your sites are at CultureEatz?
Everything.
Everything.
Okay, but it's uniquely written.
Okay.
It's CultureEatz. Yes. In one word.
Yes.
CultureEatz, but in one word and a Z.
Okay, so one E in the middle,
one
not
E
two.
and a Z.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's fantastic. Well, I'll definitely link up everything in the show notes and the description of the video.
Thank you.
And so thanks so much for coming.
So great.
For coming on the podcast. We had a wonderful time, and
I'm also doing a little YouTube video of this whole experience.
Ooh.
So check that out. I'll give you the link when it's up.
I'll link it up as well. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Stories of Starting. If you would like to inspire others with your story, big or small, be sure to reach out via storiesofstarting.com. Until next time, always remember, your story matters.